within another 2 weeks I lost 7 pounds. So I actually done really well on it. I didn't starve. I had lots of healthy food, healthy snacks, lots of energy. I started doing some walks when the baby's about 2 weeks old, and with my previous pregnancies I had depression, so I didn't actually leave the house for about 6 months after having them, and it was a really big struggle for me at the time. So the products, they call them magic beans, they really are magic. They really are magic. I'd recommend them to anybody to take. I ran lots of health projects when I lived in London, because I'm quite new to Leicester, and lots of my health groups was for women, disadvantaged ladies, and we used to make up recipes for smoothies and stuff, but really we spent a fortune on sort of adding flax seeds, chia seeds, in Holland and Barrett, and these products basically are so cheap compared to how we've done it. I wish I knew about it then, because I could have helped so much women. But before my voice goes, that's just it. Thanks for listening.
So just hearing them testimonies yourself, you can see that the product isn't just for weight loss. It aids in weight loss, and it's fantastic to help with that. But as you can see, all different stories have just got amazing results for other reasons. So that's it for the testimonies. I'm now going to bring Emma on, who's just going to go over the business side of it with you. So yeah, Emma Snedden.
Right, it's incredibly noisy in here, so I'm going to pick on Sophie and Jake. If you can't hear me, just shout or make some sort of funny gesture with your hands or something so that I know. Because I just want to say, like, a massive well done to all of you who've spoken tonight, because I know it's really scary. It's easier to sit there than it is to stand here, I just promise you, but it does get easier the more often that you do it. So well done for just having the balls to get up and just speak about something that you're passionate about, because what you say does have an impact on other people. So can you just put your hand up for me if you take Juice Plus and it's had a positive impact on you? Right, that's the product presentation, done. As far as I think, right, I'll tell you mine, but it's true because the product is a no-brainer, right? It's fruit, veg and berries, that's it, really. So it's not going to go out of fashion. Everybody knows we don't eat enough fruit and vegetables. Everybody knows that we need it. Everybody knows that the queue at Greg's pasta shop is massive, even now. So the obesity problem is getting worse and worse and worse. So even though we know what we know as a nation, and we're all quite sensible about knowing what we know, we don't really tend to do very much about it. So for me, I'll very quickly tell you my product story, just so that you kind of understand how I got involved. When I stumbled across Juice Plus, I think that's kind of how most people find the product. They kind of stumble into it, like a friend is taking it. Mine was my personal trainer, introduced me to the product. I called John Hollabody, who is myoblind, as it turns out now, in the business as well. I used to go to his body camp. It's like good camping. 6 o'clock in the morning. I was 36 years old. I've got 3 kids. That woman, wherever she is, with 5 children, twins. Oh my God! Like, hats off to you. If I was wearing a hat, I would take it off. Incredible. And you look amazing. If that's not an amazing thing, that I don't even know what to say to you. I'm just amazed. But for me, I was working really long hours. I did 14, 16 hours a day. I had a really busy corporate job. Travelled a lot. I've just driven down from Bolton today and I forgot, in all honesty, how horrific it was to just sit on the motorway in traffic. Awful. I've just put a post on Facebook. I used to do that every single day in, day out, for about 15 years. But that's my business story and I'll get to that. But as a result of that, I didn't eat very well. I thought I did, but I didn't really. I skipped breakfast almost every day. Probably grabbed a sandwich or anything on the go at lunchtime. If you're hands up for me if you're a mum or a parent. Hands up if you know a parent, hands up if you've got a parent, right? Everybody knows what it's like to be a parent, right? You either know one or you've got one or you are one, and we are all, as soon as you become a parent, in all seriousness, you kind of put yourself to the bottom of the priority list of things in the house. You just do. You're the last person, especially mums, sorry dads, but mums especially, we're the last people to eat, we're the last people to get dressed, we always look like crap, we've got Weetabix on our tops and all sorts of stuff, because we literally run out the door and forget to look after ourselves. From this point forward, I want you to do me a favour if you are a mum, start looking after yourself. Because think about when you're on an aeroplane, right, when they do the, there's the exits and all the stuff, right? What do they say to you about children? Put your own mask on first before you help other people. If you're not looking after you and your health and what you eat and how you live, how on earth can you look after your children properly? So you've got to take that step and that decision that it's all very well being a martyr to the world, but if you're not looking after yourself, at some stage that's going to catch up with you. And that was me. So I got introduced to Juice Plus through my personal trainer. He said, I've got something for you, and I said, no, thank you very much, I'm all right. I used to go to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was the only time of the day that I could physically fit that in, was when the rest of the house was asleep. So I would go to the gym, do my workout, and I'd come home at 7 o'clock. I would walk into the house as my husband walked out of the house to his corporate job, get the kids ready, do all of that, and then run out the door. Quite often drive to like Cardiff, Bristol, Plymouth, Dundee, London, Birmingham, Preston, Leeds, any of those places. Have a meeting for about an hour, total waste of time, get treated like crap. Get back in the car, drive home, really stressful. Which child am I going to pick up first? Because one's at nursery, one's at school. And I was always late to everything. And it stresses me out now, even just saying it. Really stressful. Because it would get to like 4 o'clock and I'd be stuck between 15 and 16 on the M6, always. And I had till 4:15 to ring Mike and say, you need to pick up what you usually working because I'm not going to get back. I usually hadn't eaten, or if I had eaten, I'd eaten something crap. And that was kind of our life, right? There's nothing wrong with it, it's totally normal. But it's a massive treadmill that you just kind of get on. You've got a mortgage to pay, bills to pay, and all of that stuff, right? So as a result of that, you tend not to look after yourself very well, and that was me. So John was like, I think you'd really benefit from this product. And I was like, no, I eat loads of fruit and vegetables, I'm absolutely fine, thank you very much indeed. Because that's what everybody thinks, right? And I did eat relatively well. However, I was knackered. I was exhausted, I was crawling into bed at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, I was falling asleep when I was reading the kids the stories. I was literally like groundhog life, right? My skin was grey, I was thin but I wasn't healthy, right? I was fit but I wasn't healthy. There's a big difference between fitness and health, massive difference. Anyways, fast forward to, that was kind of like October 2012. Fast forward to January, I put on a little bit of Christmas weight, too much wine, celebrations, all that sort of stuff, and I heard about this weight loss product, which is what I thought it was, and I thought, you know what, I'll just try something different. So I decided to buy Juice Plus and try it, and honest to God, within 2 weeks, no one said anything to me, right, about how it's going to make me feel or anything. I just thought, if I shift a bit of body fat, I'll be happy. And I did lose a little bit of body fat that I wanted to lose, but I felt incredible, like literally, I was like, what the hell is this stuff? Hadn't really read, because sometimes we don't really care what it is as long as it helps us lose weight, do we? Right? So I didn't really look into it that much. But you know, I wouldn't advise that you do that, but I hadn't really looked. I knew it was healthy, that was about it. But I started to feel a bit more energetic. Now it's not like an energy drink or a Red Bull or anything like that, right? It's something that kind of dawns on you, that suddenly it's like, whoop, 10 o'clock and I'm not like falling asleep, or I was a little bit more sociable with my husband, I was a little bit nicer to be around, I was a little bit less grumpy with the kids, right? I used to shout at them way more than they deserved, for which I'm eternally apologetic these days. And that was the only single thing in my life that I had changed, was starting to take Juice Plus, right? And it kind of just crept up on me, and I was like, well, this is pretty cool, I like it. People started to notice the difference. The nurses at the kids' school, my little boy's nursery, he was 3 at the time. Like, how come you come bounding in the door? Like, my kids were the first to be dropped off and the last to be picked up. I didn't know any of the other moms, right, because I was always working. So I would like drop them off and then I'd drive to Cardiff, do a meeting, drive back, run in the door, pick them up, and I was like, hi! I'm like, how are you always so full of beans? I'll take this product, it's incredible. Like, what is it? I'm like, it's just called Juice Plus, where can I get it? My friend can get it for you. It's brilliant. And then I started taking the capsules, and oh my God, right, if you take the shakes or any of the products at the moment and you don't take the capsules, I cannot recommend them highly enough. But the benefits you get on the shakes are brilliant, right? They're healthy. I started having breakfast. I call it a meal replacement because I wasn't replacing a meal I wasn't having. I never had breakfast, started having a shake for breakfast and felt better. Started taking the capsules and the benefit was like 1,000 times more. And how can it not be? 30 fruit and vegetables every single day, every single morning with a pint of water. It's not rocket science, it's genius. How else are you ever going to be able to physically purchase or consume that amount of goodness? So loads of people don't understand it. I'm like, what do you not understand? The fruit, the vegetable, or the capsule? I don't know, what? It's really simple. I don't know, wish I had thought of it. It's not a new product. The product's been around for over 30 years. The business is older than me. The business is nearly 44 years old. This is not a new fad, a new thing. It might be new to you, or it might be relatively new to me, but the product has been around for a very long time. There's actually a guy coming over from Ireland called Dave O'Brien. He's a desert marathon runner. And he's speaking this, it's on my Facebook, go and have a look at all the dates. He's been taking Juice Plus as a desert marathon runner. Right, he's run every marathon you can think of, barefoot, on the roof, nothing to do with Just Plus, just barefoot. He's been taking Just Plus for 20 years. That is the only product that he takes when he's running. It's the only thing. You can go onto YouTube and Google him or whatever, and you'll be able to, he's called Dave O'Brien, incredible. He's one of loads of fitness people, experts that take Just Plus because it's fruit, veg and berries. Everybody knows we need to eat better. Everybody knows we need to fuel our bodies better. If you get involved in the product, all you've got to do is share that with other people. Why would you not share something? Like all of those stories that you've already heard this morning, I bet you every single person who spoke already, sorry, this afternoon, this evening, didn't understand it when they first came across it, didn't think it was for them. That's fine, it's all right to be sceptical about stuff. Everybody is. I was. But just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's not incredible, it just means you don't know enough about it yet. So I was really curious about to find out a little bit more about what it was and why it worked. And then I realised I didn't have time to do that. I was like, do you know what? I take it, I feel incredible. My husband was like, it's all in your head. I was like, so what? Even if it is, I still feel amazing. I'm still awake after you. And he's like, you know, it's a placebo, it's nonsense. I was like, there's 30 peer-reviewed medical published scientific studies that say that you're wrong about that. So I love it a bit, but I'm going to park your opinion there. And you're entitled to it, and there's nothing wrong with it, but they've done the research and you know absolutely nothing what you're talking about. So for me, you don't have to be an expert at anything. Like, you're not an expert at what you buy from Tesco either. You're not an expert at what you buy from a restaurant, but you know if it makes you feel good or crap, don't you? You know if you go to the gym if it makes you feel good or crap. You don't have to be a physiologist or a PT to understand that going to the gym makes you feel better, makes you look better. So this is exactly the same. If you take the product and love it, that's fine. You're entitled to do that. You're also entitled to share that with other people. So I started to naturally do that. Share it with other people. I take this product to me. I was bouncing around the house. My husband used to call them my happy pills. I remember one time it was about 11:30 at night. And you know, you're like, all the stuff's done, kids are in bed, you've kind of had a bit of a conversation with your partner just to tolerate them, go to bed. Climbed at the altar. Sat up, I was like, balls. Molly's uniform is still in the washing machine. And it doesn't sound like a big thing, but when you're in bed and you think, can I get up early in the morning and put it in the tumble dryer, or do I have to get up now and do it? So I was like, do you know what? And normally I would have got up earlier in the morning and probably forgot, and she would have gone to school in wet clothes or dirty clothes. And I literally Mike just went, well, it's just as well you've got your happy beads up your neck. So I did actually jumped out of bed. It sounds like a little thing, but I'll never forget it because it was kind of one of those moments where I realised that he realised how amazing I felt. So I'd actually quickly tell you his story, because if you were sceptical about Just Plus when you first heard about it, or you're a sceptical friend, or a sceptical partner, or you know anybody who thinks it's nonsense, right? That was my husband, very, very sceptical, didn't believe it at all, and said to me, right, because I was like now, felt amazing, right? I used to be asleep now. Was it 20 past 8? I would have been asleep probably, not 4 hours from home. So he was like, right, if it's that good, I'll prove to you that it's all in your head. Like, okay, not that if he's on there higher, sorry, but you were a little bit arrogant. And I said, he said, I'll prove to you that it's nonsense. I'll take it for 2 months and I'll prove to you that it's all in your head. I was like, okay, that's fine. Because I think it's all right to have an opinion, but at least have a slightly educated one. And I said, that's fine. If you take it for 2 months and you still think that it's nonsense, I'll let you have that opinion because you're entitled to it. So he did. Well, that was probably 3 years ago, and he's still taking the product now. He lost about a stone. He didn't believe that it was anything to do with the product. He wasn't trying to lose weight. He just became more active, had more energy. Instead of just putting his gym stuff on at the end of the day, he put his gym stuff on and actually went to the gym or did something active. Started cycling to work. Was a little bit nicer to be around, a little bit less grumpy. He lost a bit of weight. He was so convinced that it was not the product that he put the scales in the bin, went to the shop, bought another pair of scales from Argos, put some batteries in, got on them, and he's like, oh no, you're right, I have lost a stone. So I bit my tongue, and yeah, my moment of glee was when I saw him packing for a stag do, and the first thing he put in his case was the capsules. Because I want him to take it for him, not for me. I don't, I'm going to take it for the rest of my life anyway, but I want the people that I love and care about to feel as fantastic as I do. Why would you not? If you feel brilliant, you want the people that you know to feel brilliant. Why keep that to yourself? So that's how I ended up in the business, right? I was telling everybody about it anyway, and I had said no for 6 months. So John, at the time, like I said, I was dead busy. I had a nice car, nice house, all of that stuff, right? I'd worked really hard all my life. I've had a job since I was 15 of one description or another. I lied on a CV when I was 15, made the 6 into a 5, so I was old enough to go and work at Next. I worked all the way through my A-levels, all the way through university, had 2 jobs, all that stuff, right? Because I wanted to stand on my own 2 feet, always. So I eventually got this great career, or I thought was this great career that I, after uni and stuff, pretty well paid, really long hours, but pretty well respected in normal life, right? So I was definitely in the I don't have time camp. The people that go, oh, it's a great idea, but I haven't got time for that. That was me. So I had every reason to me not to do this business. And John had told me about it in October 2012. And this was his pitch, like, put your hands up if you're in the business or relatively new in the business. It's like your first-ish event. Brilliant. Okay, so some of these people you won't know yet, but you'll come across them. John's amazing. He's a millionaire, right? He's earned over £1 million in commissions, and he looks like he's going to get your watch. Right? He's a little dude with a beard from Bolton, used to be a postman, right? And he's earned over £1 million in commissions. That's what this business can do for you, if you want it to. But when I met him, he said, I've got a business opportunity for you. I was walking out of the gym, like 7 in the morning. I've got a business opportunity for you. I was like, John, I'm not interested. And he went, it's a business designed for busy people. As I ran away, right? And that was his pitch. And then I said no, and he went okay, and left it at that. Until I started taking the product. And then he said to me, do you remember 6 months ago when I told you about that business opportunity? And I was like, yeah. And he went, this is it. And now you're just not getting paid for it, and that's really stupid. I was like, what do you mean? He said, you're already doing it. You're recommending the product to people anyway. People want to get it from anywhere, anyway. So now you're just not getting paid for it. I was like, no, but John, I haven't got time. He's like, I said, it's a business, and I'll tell you what it is. The business, it fits around you, fits around your life, fits around your kids, fits around your job. Because you don't have a boss. You work when you want to work. You work from your mobile phone. I've built my entire business. I would say 95% of my business from my mobile. Tiny little bit from a laptop, but I can't get my hands on my laptop because the kids have got it all the time. So you can do it from anywhere. Today I've worked from my bed, I've worked from the car, I've worked from the waiting room at the osteopath because I've got a bit of a back condition. I've worked from a lovely little cafe that we found that we had lunch in. You can work from anywhere. It's month end, right? Month end of my other job was horrific, right? Stressful, and late, long hours. Month end now is work where you want, from wherever you want. I don't know why you wouldn't want to share that with other people. And I was like, okay, so I just have to go and share that with other people. He said, yeah. I was like, well, I'll talk to people anyway. Got one of these, right? I'm on Facebook anyway. And it's 50 quid to get involved. It's like, 50 quid? What? Why? Why is it only 50 quid to own your own business? What is he even talking about? My dad, his entire life, owned his own businesses, and he used to invest so much time, money, energy and effort, overheads, staffing costs. You didn't ever even break even for about 3 to 5 years, never mind make money. I was like, 50 quid? I've got no staff, no overheads, no costs, no stock. When can I start? He's like, now. I said, well, do I need to go like on a training course? He's like, no, just earn while you learn. I'm like, bloody hell, where do I sign? It's genius. I don't understand why people don't just do it. You've got nothing to lose and absolutely everything to gain. I was like, okay, so what do I have to do? And I'm going to go through it in a bit more detail properly for you in a minute, but I want to just give you a flavour of it, because this is really about you leaving here feeling like you can do this too, right? And you don't have to remember anything that I say, but I want you to leave feeling empowered, feeling such a bit of a cheesy word, but you know what I mean? Feeling like if she can do it and she's just normal, then I can do it as well. So, what do I have to do? And he went, right, you just need to go and tell other people about the product. I was like, well, I'm doing that already. And he went, and then you can build a team of people doing the same. It's like, right, how many people can I sign up? As many as you want. As many as I want. Yeah, when can I start signing people up? Straight away. I'm like, what? That's it? It's like, yeah, that's it. Right, and what happens when I earn 50 quid? Like, how long is that going to take? He went, about 5 or 6 customers. Like, right. And I said, and after that, and you went, everything else is profit. Pardon? Everything else is profit. Honestly, I've never jumped into anything with both feet as much as I did, but I just asked a little bit more information about it. And that's literally, right, it's not very complicated. That is the top and bottom of it. And that's why people are so suspicious about it, because it is so simple. There isn't a catch. It isn't a scam, it isn't illegal, and it's actually the fastest growing business model in the world right now. Because look at the world, look how it's changing. Right, I went away and did a little bit of, I got out of my comfort zone, right, and started thinking, this box that I'm in of like having a career, is this really what it's all about? And I'll tell you why. Having worked in a career, right, not just a job, but a career for about 15 years, right? Barely saw my kids, barely saw my husband, had this beautiful house where I spent any time in it. I was working really hard to get a promotion in the company that I was working in at the time, and you know when they promise you the position, the next position is yours, and what it was going to do for us, it wasn't about the money at all, it was about the freedom. It was going to mean I was closer to home, right? I was only going to have to go to Leeds instead of all those other places. So I really, 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 really wanted this promotion at work. I was looking after Asda, so it was a bigger numbers but a better account. Anyway, cut a long story short, I got a phone call in February 2013. I want you to come down to the head office in Hemel Hempstead, and like I said, I live in Bolton. I want you to come down for a meeting with the boss and his boss in the morning. I was like, this is it! Got the job, I'm so excited, put the kids to bed, had tea with my husband, jumped in the car, drove through the night, stayed in the Holiday Inn, got up at 6 in the morning, in the office at 7, in the meeting at 7:30, to be told, thanks for everything that you're doing, your numbers are brilliant, we've given the job to an external candidate. Honestly, it was like a kick in the face. Not because I deserved that job more than that other person, I'm sure that I didn't. But I was like, what now? Right, I've worked, I don't know what else I can do. Now, I'm going to have to wait at least 2 or 3 years for that opportunity to come up again. So I'm either going to have to run him over in the car park, or I'm going to have to take stock of my life and go, do you know what, is this it for me? I'm 36 years old, I've got a cracking work ethic, I'll do anything for anyone, but everything I'm doing and all of that work and energy is benefiting somebody else. It's not benefiting my family really, other than financially, and it's certainly not benefiting us from a time point of view. So I sat again between 15 and 16 on the motorway, and I just thought, I had like a light bulb off moment, you know what I mean? Like people go, I had a light bulb moment. Mine was like, I felt like someone switched the light off in my house, this house. And I thought, is this it? Is this what it is? Is this what life is when you get to mid-30s? And in my head, I want you to do this. If you're even remotely considering joining the business, right, or you're already in, I want you to do this with me now. Wherever you are now in your life, whether you're 18 or 58 or 98, right, I want you to just fast forward 10 years in your head. Right, and if you don't change anything, you don't do anything different, or if you're already in the business, you don't make the most of the opportunity, what does your life look like? Where are you living? What job are you doing? If you just go through, Monday turns into Wednesday, turns into Friday, turns into next week, turns into next month, and before you know it, guys, it's 2017, and then it's 2018, and what's different? So that's what I did, right? And I fast forward, I was like, so 10 years, I'll be 46. It's 49 now. 46 then. And do you know what? What I saw really scared me, because it was exactly the same. My kids were a bit older, but I was still sitting in that car, on that motorway, might have had a slightly better position at the company I was in, but nothing else was different. My life was the same. And I fast forward another 10 years, 56. What does your life look like? If you don't change anything? Exactly the same. Right, my kids have left home, but other than that, I haven't got any massive savings, I haven't going to inherit any money, I'm probably not going to win the lottery. What's different? Nothing. Fast forward another 10 years, 30 years, I'm sitting in that car. If you don't change anything, what did my life look like? I was 66, and I'm telling you now, if you think you're going to be able to retire on a nice comfy pension in 30 years' time, like you used to be able to 50, 60 years ago, you're wrong. Right, and you can ignore it and put your head in the sand and pretend it's not happening, but it is happening. You've got to ask people who are near there now what that's going to look like. When we're that age, or I'm that age, or you're that age, you're going to have to think of something. If it's not this, then something else. But I was like, oh my God, something's got to give here. And then I started looking at my kids. I was like, what about them? What are they going to do? Because you scan your own shopping in Tesco now. You don't need as many. The job market, right, without wanting to get political, but things have changed even in the last. They say 24 hours is a long time in politics. I've never known anything like the last 7 days. Right? It's changing all the time. The world is changing around you. You've got to start taking control as much as you can of your own life. So I was like, right, okay, I want to do something, because people complain about there's no jobs. Well, you scan your own shop when you ring a call centre, there's nobody answers the phone because there's only 2 people where there used to be 200. That's just life, that's not going to change. Doesn't matter who the government are, doesn't matter where you live, that's just life, that's progress. So I was like, right, okay. That happened, and this happened at the around about the same time. So for me, I'm just trying to share with you, right, this is an opportunity for you. If you want it, this is an opportunity for you to take some control of your own situation, of the situation for your kids and your family. And so that's what I did. And at the very end, I'm going to literally take 10 minutes, but at the very end, I'll tell you kind of where I ended up. But have a think about if you could make a change, right? So I'm assuming who would like to have a better life, right? Whatever it is, right? Everybody, right? It doesn't even matter if you've got the best life in the world. Everybody wants it to be a bit better. Doesn't matter if you're really, really wealthy. Still another £1,000 a month would be pretty useful. And for most people, so when I joined this business, I was like, if I can earn 200 quid a month, part-time, fits around my job, fits around my kids, fits around everything else, that's £6,000, about 500 quid a month, £6,000 a year. 200 quid a month would pay for a really good family holiday, right? Because we never had any money, right? We had loads of income, but it came in one side and straight out the other, big rent, big house, all that stuff. So I was like, if I can earn, my mum used to call it pin money when we were growing up. She wanted to earn more money so she could pay for holidays and didn't have to ask my dad for stuff. That was me on maternity leave. When I was on maternity leave with my kids, I couldn't bear the fact that I had to ask my husband if I wanted to go out for a coffee. I was like, can I have a fiver? It's crap. It's really important that we teach our kids to stand on their own 2 feet and not be relying on somebody else. So I was like, right, I'm going to create my own. What do I want out of a job? What do I want this to look like? And if I can earn 200, 300, 400 quid a month, and make that eventually into £1,000 a month, maybe £5,000 a month, why wouldn't I give it my best shot? Because I promise you, 10 years is coming anyway. Right? It's coming anyway if you're fortunate enough, and if you take this plus, it's more likely because you'll be really healthy. But it's coming anyway. Whether you decide to make a change in your life or not, that 10 years is going to turn around, it's going to be here. And you're going to look up, and some of you are going to look up and go, thank God I went to that flaming meeting in Leicester and did something about it. Others of you are going to go, wonder what happened to that girl from that funny thing in Leicester? What was she called again? That's just life. Like, some of you will grab it, some of you won't. That's fine. You're a step ahead of everybody else who didn't come, by the way. So I was like, right, so I want you to, I'm bored of listening to my own voice now, a tiny bit of audience participation. If you could create your own environment, your own job, right, or your own working situation, what would it look like? What would you like to do? So I'll get it started. So I wanted to have no boss, right? No one. I hate being told what to do. So let's just come up with like 3 or 4 things that you would maybe like. Anybody got any ideas?
No limit on income.
Unlimited income, like it. Yeah.
Not have to request holidays.
I've got income. Anyone can do this. You don't even have to be able to spell. What was that? Sorry, holidays. Yeah.
Flexible timing.
Pardon?
Flexible timing?
As in, like, your own hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Anything else?
No alarm clock.
No alarm clock. Love it. You don't need one of them if you've got kids. Huh?
No uniform.
No uniform.
No getting upset because you're having to ring the boss because your child's sick.
I'm
I
going to put choices because that kind of.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else. Anything else?
Work in the sun.
No, travel or holidays,
Travel,
yeah?
holiday, yeah. Work.
What about fun? Anybody like to jump out of bed and want to go to work? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else that I've not covered that anyone can think of? Okay, cool. Well, what I'm going to do, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put like a mentor or someone to show you what to do. Right, I'll run through these and hopefully this will kind of give you an overview of what's possible. So, no boss, right? Who likes being told when to leave, what to wear, when to come in, where to be? Right, nobody. I'm not here because I have to be. I'm here because I want to be. No one said you have to come to Leicester and do that event. No one. The guys asked me to come down and I was like, yeah. But do you know what? If I got up this morning and go, I'm not coming, I ain't got a boss, so no one makes you do anything. You've got to be motivated by, this is the funny one, right? You've got to be motivated by opportunity in this business, and most of us are so used to being motivated by fear. We're motivated to go to work because if we don't, we won't get paid. If we don't turn up, someone else will get a job, or we won't get promoted or whatever. That's what motivates most of us into action. Like, it's fear. It's very, very rarely motivated by opportunity. You're motivated because you love what you do. Some people who have very vocational jobs absolutely love what they do. right? People who have really got in the caring professions, but 9 times out of 10 they earn crap money, right? But some people are very fortunate, and most people aren't. Every time I've ever asked that question, who loves their job, who jumps out of bed, about 3 people in 3,000 usually put their hands up, right? And that's often why, because we'd love to have a situation where we've got no boss. Even the boss has a boss somewhere. Even if you're self-employed, right? People think they're self-employed, they own their own life. No, you don't. You own a job. If you don't turn up and open up your shop, what happens? You don't get paid. If you're self-employed, a hairdresser, a beautician, anything like that, right? If you don't have clients or you don't turn up, don't get paid. Personal trainers don't get paid. They work really unsociable hours because people want to train at 6 o'clock in the morning and 10 o'clock at night. So they're doing nothing all day. This opportunity, right? I love the idea that I work when I want. And that's what you do too, whether you've got a job now or not. You can do this business when you want. Unlimited income. I'm going to cover the bonuses and stuff in a minute, but this business, all you have to do is talk to people. The more people you talk to, the more people you share the product with, the more people you share the business opportunity with, the more money you earn. Right? It is unlimited. So as I said at the beginning, how many people can I sign up? As many as you want. How many customers can you have? As many as you want. This isn't about convincing somebody. Sometimes, like, people say to me, I can't convince anybody to take it. You know, like, stop. Number one, stop trying to convince anybody, right? People hate being sold to. Absolutely. We all do. You walk into a shop now, right, and you do want some help, and you go, do you want any help? You know, right? Because we don't want it, right? No. I don't want you to sell me anything, even when they're selling you something that you actually want. So you have to just share your experience with people. Not to get them to buy the product from you, but just to share it with them, because I promise you this, if someone forced me to buy the product doing this, I would not have been interested, but somebody, I saw it and went, that's interesting, can you tell me a bit more about it? So somebody did, right? So the more people you do it with, the income is unlimited. So I started thinking I can earn £200 a month. Within 7 months of joining this business, I left my full-time job, my full-time career. I was very well paid. I had a company car, private medical insurance, all of that stuff, right? And I was earning twice as much doing this as I was in my full-time job within 7 months. Now, if that had taken me 3 or 4 years, I still would have bitten your hand off for that opportunity. Absolutely. If someone had said to me, right at the beginning, right, Emma, you can do this. You do everything I tell you to do. This is the mentor bit, someone to show you what to do. Do everything I tell you to do. You can work a few extra hours, and you can work weekends, but you can work your own hours. Right, but in 5 years, you'll be able to leave your full-time job, you'll be able to work whenever you want, from anywhere in the world, you'll be able to drop your kids off at school, pick your kids up from school, and you and your husband will never have to go back to work again. Are you interested? Hell yeah, I'll bite your hand off for it. Of course I'm interested. Who's not interested in that opportunity? But that's what it is, it's an opportunity. But it didn't take me 5 years, it took me 7 months. But it might take you 5 years, but it's still awesome. And in that 5, you can go to university for 7 years to train to be a doctor. That's costing you money and you're making nothing. This you're earning while you learn. And at the end of it, you'll be somewhere better than when you started. That much I can promise you. Right, so I was like, okay. And that's all I'm saying. If you want to do it, but don't expect to do it in 2 minutes or 10 minutes. You'll get out of it what you put in, but it is unlimited income. And you can earn £200 a month, or 20 grand a month, or 50 grand a month, or £1,000 a month. That part of it is entirely down to you. Like, no one's going to knock on your door. Are you the juice plus man? Can I buy the product from you? No, you have to go out there and share it with your friends and family. But if you build a customer base and look after them, I've got customers now that I still get paid every single month. The customers I brought into the business nearly 4 years ago. Every time they get the product delivered, I get paid again. It's like buying a book. Every time someone picks the book up off the shelf and buys it, you get paid again. That's residual income, that's beach money, right? So 10 years from now, if you look after your customer base and they're still taking the product, where are you going to be? Still earning money for work you do, conversations that you have right now. It's so simple. So holidays. I used to get, and I'm sure most of you who work now I used to get, I think, 22 days holiday a year. What the hell is that about? 22 days. But we just accept it, don't we? We just go, yeah, that's fine. I'm grateful. Thank you so much for my week off, sorry. Right? And do you know what? That week off is brilliant, but just long enough for you to understand how it feels to be free before they drag you back in and you have to go back to work and do all the stuff that nobody did while you were off. Right? They don't cover you when you're off and all that, but what about if you could have a week off every month? Or if you could go abroad every weekend? What if you could take the whole summer holidays off your kids? 6 weeks, go abroad, do whatever you want, live wherever you want. Now that's what I'm doing. It's what I did last summer, that's what I'm doing this summer. Just going abroad for the whole summer. I can work a little bit from my phone if I want to, but I don't have to. So if that appeals to you, I love travelling, I love holidays, but now a holiday when I want. There's people in the business who, Sinead Kavanagh, right? She has been on, I think already this year, 13 holidays, foreign holidays. Because she can. My husband's just been to the Euros. He's home now. So I should have been there tomorrow night or the night after. But anyway, so him and John and Rob, right, we're all guys in the business. Literally just went, we're going to go over, we're going to stay there until we can get knocked out. I was like, God, imagine if I told you 4 years ago when you told me this was rubbish, then in 4 years' time you'll go to the Euros and you'll stay there for as long as you want. You'd have been like, yeah, what an amazing thing to be able to do. Before they went and partied in France, and then when England got knocked out, they didn't even come home, they went to Portugal for 4 days and flew home from there because it was cheaper. But you know what? I love the fact that, that he can do that. That's all in your own life. That's been, and all of his friends are like, what? From that little part-time thing that Emma does, and he does it as well now, you just got to go abroad to the Euros for the whole of the thing. It's like, yeah. So he's devastated, not just that they got knocked out, but he had to come home as well. But apart from having the kids, he didn't have to come home. John just flew his girlfriend out to Portugal to meet him there. They only came home yesterday. So it just gives you choices, flexible hours, you work whenever you want. That kind of speaks for itself. No one's going to tell you when to do or what to do or anything. You came here because you wanted to. Right, doors aren't locked, you can leave whenever you like. No alarm clock, right? Isn't your alarm clock the worst sound in the world? Like mine, I don't really set mine anyway because my kids wake me up. But I used to have to set it for like, 5 o'clock to go to the gym. And obviously now I don't need to go out for work anymore, but I do have to get the kids to school. But I set it, I think it was the last summer, I had to set my alarm to go to Hindu to Marbella, right? And it was for like 3 o'clock in the morning. I had no idea what that bloody noise was when it came out of my phone because it's that long since I've heard it. It sounds like a daft thing, but it is. Your life is ruled by the noise that your phone makes that tells you what to do. Set a reminder for doing this, and it beeps all the time and we all respond to it. So make a choice. If that bugs you, that you don't have to do that anymore. Some of the young guys in my business, so some of the guys that are like 20, Dan Westwell, Rachel Allen, right, they're young, 24, 25, don't have to set an alarm at all. Get up when they want. Rachel hates mornings, so she just gets up at lunchtime. She's earning 10 grand a month at 24. Right, I haven't got any regrets in my life apart from that. I wish I had found something. I'm like, you're 15 years younger than me. Can you imagine what their life is going to be like when they're my age? Absolutely incredible. And they also put this bloody picture on Facebook, all the time. It just says no alarms, nothing to get up, no need to get out of bed. It's just incredible, what a fantastic life. And yet they can build a business whenever they want. She's been on 6 holidays this year as well. She's like Judith Chalmers. Those of you who are all my age will know who she is. No uniforms here, you don't have to, clearly you can wear whatever you want. We're very casual. Like people sometimes, who invited someone to come tonight and they didn't come? That's really common, don't worry about it. I never, ever, ever worry about the people who don't turn up. It's absolutely fine. I always focus on the people who come. So whether it's 2 people, 20 people or 200 people, the people who come are the people who are important. But sometimes people don't come to things because they don't know what they're saying no to. What's the dress code? Like, nothing, wear whatever you want. We're going to have to buy something. No, you don't have to buy anything. We're going to have to fill a form in. You're going to, no. It's really relaxed. So you need to help people understand that it's dead relaxed. Like they come along and find out about something or not. It's entirely up to them. So there's definitely no uniform. We're very, very casual, very informal company. Choices. Right, one of my things, right, I talk about money quite a lot, not because I think money's the be all and end all of life, but it's kind of up with oxygen. It gives that, don't say that one again, no one laughs. It gives you choices in your life, right? If you've got no money and you're scared of envelopes and you never open the one with the windows, you're like, it's not me, it was me. Right, no matter how much money I had, I hated the envelopes because I didn't know what the bill was going to be. I'm very, very disorganised, and We never quite had enough money at the end of the month, ever. And this business has given me the ability to make choices about what I do with my life, because I'm financially totally secure now. I don't have to worry about money anymore, and that takes the stress out of your life. And I don't know anybody that £500 to £1,000 a month part-time wouldn't make their life a little bit less stressful. Pay the mortgage. If you want to be mortgage-free, right, you don't need to pay off your mortgage. You need to earn enough money to pay your mortgage so that the money you've got now is freed up for other stuff. And you can do that very, very simply within a few months of doing this business. So the choices, I tell you what, right, one of the things that really, really, really drove me in the first year to be successful wasn't the money at all. It was being able to take my kids to school at school time, not at 8 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to be able to drop them off myself and pick them up at 3 o'clock, not 6 o'clock. 8 till 6 is a really, really long day for a kid at school, and I missed everything. I never knew any parents, I never knew anything that was going on, and they were knackered by the time I picked them up. So I was like, if I could earn enough money, work a few less hours so I can drop them off and pick them up from school. Because that's what having financial security does for you, gives you choices about what you do. And now, me and my husband both drop our kids off at school every single day at 8:45. We both pick our kids up from school every single day at 3:30, both of us. We spend 25 hours a week more with our kids now than we used to when we were working. That's 50 hours a week more parent time that those two kids get than they used to get when we were working. Can you imagine what an impact that's going to have on their lives? They don't even remember. They're 9 and 6. The 6-year-old doesn't remember when we used to go out to work. Doesn't remember. I think, for me, right, that's incredible. What a massive gift that we've been able, or this company's enabled us to give those two kids. And so choices. Travel, I think we've covered, you can travel anywhere. If you're on Facebook at all, go and have a look at the Marbella video. We've all just been at Marbella this year, right? Even though I've got kids, I've been to, where have I been? I've been to Arizona, I've been to San Francisco, I've been to Marbella, we flew to Morocco on a private jet. I mean, I don't even know what that's all about. We had 4 days in Morocco. We're going away for the entire summer as a family. You can travel, if that floats your boat, you can travel if you want to, because it's about having the freedom to be able to do those things, and you don't have to ask anybody. You don't have to ask anybody's permission to do anything, right? If sports day is on Thursday, you can go. If one of your kids is sick, which someone else mentioned, it's fine. You don't have to worry about what's going to happen or ask somebody's permission to look after your own children at home. So you can travel or you can stay home and work from anywhere. This one is the biggest one for me, right? The fun. We have loads of fun. And if you're having fun, guess what? Everybody wants to have fun with you. And when the very first year that I was building this business, I had never been around positive people, outgoing people, ambitious people, people that literally totally build you up, not tear you down. And be surrounded by people who just tell you can do anything. I was like, you look at it now, if you're in the business and people go to, like, you want to be a national marketing director. And I was like, I'm going to be a national marketing director by the end of the year. People just weren't doing that back then. But people were like, yeah, push if you want to do that, you do it. It was never like, oh no, be realistic, or, no one stifles your dreams here. This is about, if you're over 18, you probably have stifled your own dreams. If you've got kids, you probably live your dreams through your kids a little bit. This business, this opportunity gave me my dreams back. Right? And it sounds a bit tree-huggy and a bit nice, but it's really, really true. All of a sudden, I was able to start thinking about what I wanted to do with my life again. Like when you ask a kid, ask your child what they want to be when they grow up, they'll tell you what they really want to be, not what they think they're capable of. What they want to be: an astronaut, a footballer, an actor, a model, whatever. Right? They don't have that kind of filter. At some point in our lives, we allow people to tell us to be more realistic. That's lovely, but you need to be more realistic. No. If your kid tells you they want to be an astronaut, why not? Somebody's going to be, so why not your child? Why not you? We have to stop stifling people's dreams, because it's creating an environment people think they can't do anything. I'm telling you now, if you make a decision to do something, whether it's this or something else, you can do it. Because if someone else has ever done it, why can't you? Right, I always use the analogy with my team about Mount Everest. If I wanted to climb Mount Everest tomorrow, I definitely couldn't, right? Definitely not. I haven't trained for it, not prepared for it, not fit enough. But I know if I decided that I wanted to do that, I would train for it, I'd get training from somebody else who's done it, I'd surround myself with people who knew how to do it, and then I could do it. Because guess what? It's been done before. This is the same. You want to be successful in this business, you can be, because people are doing it every single day. So why can't you? No reason. Absolutely no reason at all why you can't do it too. Is everyone all right for time if I just run quickly through how you get paid, how it works, and then I want to hear from a couple of stories from people, so probably be like 9 o'clock I'll aim for. Yeah? You're all right for time? Cool. Sorry, I said I was going to be 10 minutes and I was about 25. Right. This bit I think is really important, because all that's great, people go, that's lovely for you, I'm absolutely delighted for you that it's worked out for you, but what about me, right? How does it work? How do I get paid? So, there's loads and loads of stuff. If you really want any more information, I have got a YouTube video that has the whole business presentation on it. It's about 25 minutes. You're very welcome to go and watch it. You're welcome to send it to anybody. That's what I use when somebody asks me about the business. I would say, just watch this video. It's me in a flip chart, why it's not a pyramid scheme, how you build a team, how you get paid, and that's it really. Very, very simple. But if you want to go and watch it and you need more information, then please just go on. It's Emma Snedden. I've got my own YouTube channel, it's on there. But this is how you get paid, right? And this is how it works. So here's the company, right? And here's you. Holding on to this like it's going to go somewhere.
It's
Horrible.
I know, yeah, I don't know what it is.
Okay, so here's the company, here's you, right? So we've already covered the product, it's amazing. You love the product and you decide you want to get involved in the business, right? That girl with the funny cardigan on sweating sounded like she was doing all right, so I want to get involved. So you, and you probably already are, tell 5 of your friends about it. 5 friends who want to look good and feel good. 5 friends who want to lose a little bit of weight. 5 friends who want better skin, hair and nails, whatever, right? So you and 5 of your friends all use the product, and the company pays you for that. Thank you very much for introducing the product to your friends, and they pay you a commission for that. Yeah? You got that? Everyone understand that bit? Yeah, cool. Right? Let's say this is Marjorie. Marjorie's having a fantastic product experience, absolutely loves it. She decides to join the business as well. We'll call her Marge. Excuse me. So Marjorie has 5 friends as well. So she shares the product with. You teach Marjorie how to put an order on, how to talk to people about the product, and the company pay Marjorie for those 5 orders, but they also pay you for introducing Marjorie to the business and teaching her what to do. Does that make sense? That's it. Very simple. It's a referral business. You recommend the product to people, you get paid for that. You teach someone else how to recommend the product to people, you get paid for that too. They make a commission and you make a commission. One of Marjorie's customers decides to join the business, we'll call him Carl. Get some boys involved. Alright, Carl joined. And remember, all this time, you're still bringing customers in, still building team, still getting paid. Marjorie brings in Carl. Carl has 5 customers. The company pays Carl. Thank you very much for introducing the product to those 5 people. The company pays Marjorie. Thank you very much for introducing Carl and teaching him what to do. And the company pays you, because without you, there wouldn't be Marge and Carl. Does that make sense? That's it. It's really, really simple. There's nothing wrong with it. It's totally, if I'm starting my own business now, that is the business model that I would use. I wouldn't pay for TV advertising for a product that everybody knows she doesn't really think is worth it at all. That she doesn't really watch maybe try that one. Do you know what I mean? People know that those people on telly don't watch that thing. We used to pay listing fees in the company that I work for just to get a product on a shelf amongst hundreds of others in Tesco. This is what our company spends money on. They don't pay for advertising, they don't pay for celebrities, they don't pay for anything. They pay you and me to recommend the product to people and teach other people how to do it. All the money that the company makes is invested, firstly in the distributors and secondly in the research. That, for me, is a very sensible way to make a living. A very sensible way to get your product out to people. If you move to Leicester, who's that? Cindy, right? You move to Leicester. If you want to get your nails done, are you going to randomly walk into somewhere off the street? Or are you going to say to your friends, where do your nails are lush, where did you get them done? That's how we buy things. We ask our friends and family where they got the hair done, where they got the nails done, where they got the boobs done, where the kids go to nursery, whatever, right? Because real people tell you the truth. And just because you get paid to tell people how your experience doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with your experience. So be proud of it. I'm incredibly proud of what we do. We help people get really, really healthy. We help people get really, really wealthy if they choose to, and there's nothing wrong with either of those things. So I'm incredibly proud of this business. I'm incredibly proud of the product. And all you have to do is build a team. So let's say there's you, right? If you bring in 2 people to do what you do, 2 people doing what I've just put on there, so Carl and Marjorie, yeah? And you teach Carl and Marjorie to do the same. It's 4 people. Those 4 people bring in 2 people each is 8 people. They're only doing what you did, and if you can do it, they can do it, yeah? Those 8 people bring in 2 people each is 16 people. And those 16 people bring in 2 people each is 32 people. So from the 2 people that you brought in at the beginning, you've now got a team of 63 people. Right, 63 people. 63 people recommended the product to people. Let's say those 63 people have got 10 customers each. 630 people putting products through your business every single month. So you're getting paid commission every single month on 630 orders. That's just, it's not about you going out flogging yourself to death. It's about a lot of people doing a little bit. That's how it works. That's why it fits around you. That's why it fits around your kids. That's why it fits around your family. If you can get 2 people, guess what? You can get 5. Because once you know how to do it, once you know how to get 1 customer or 1 person into the business, you can get more. So if you get 5, look what happens. 5 bringing in 5 gives you 25. 25 bringing in 5, it's 125. 125 bringing in 5 is loads. 625, I'm no Carol Vorderman, I'll tell you that for nothing. So that there, right, all of that is 780 people. What would you rather have, 63 or 780? 780 people with 10 customers each. Even I can do that maths. It's 7,800 orders going through your little business, your little part-time thing every single month. And you're getting paid a bit of commission on all of them. That's how simple this business is. That's how people make a lot of money. Imagine if that product, right, just for math's sake, is 10 quid. Your business is turning over £78,000 a month. That's how simple it is. You just have to go out and share it with people. It's not complicated. Does that make sense? Do you understand how people earn really big lumps of money without having to do very much? Okay, the last little bit I wanted to cover is just get some other people to tell you their story, because it's all very well hearing from somebody who's like earning stupid money and it's changed their life, but the real, for me, the thing that really helped me in the first couple of months was hearing from the people who were earning normal money, who were like just getting started, who were still working and stuff. So the first position in the company, so there's bonuses all the way through. I look at it a little bit like, do you ever watch Deal or No Deal? Right, this is Deal or No Deal, but I know what number the box is. Right, and I'm going to tell you what number the box is. Whether you choose to go and swap it or get the box or not, after this point, right, is entirely up to you. But this is the bit where you find out what number the box is, right? So when you join the business, everybody, listen, it doesn't matter what your background is. This is what I love about it. Doesn't matter what your background is, doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter how young you are, as long as you're over 18. Doesn't matter what qualifications you've got, you don't have to be very bright, you don't have to be very enigmatic, you don't have to be able to stand up here and talk in front of everybody. I absolutely packed myself the first time someone asked me to get up and do this. You don't have to do any of that, right? You just have to take the product and love it. But everybody, irrespective of who you are, or who you know, or who you're sleeping with, everybody starts as a dealer. Everybody. So, but everybody can make it to the top. Have we got anybody who's like literally just started like in the last week or 2? I wouldn't mind just giving you. Do you want to just come up and just give us a literally like 30 seconds? Why did you get involved and why are you excited?
Get here, Red.
You'll have to shout.
Wasn't expecting this.
Sorry, just what's your name and why did you get involved and why are you excited?
My name's Karen Baines. I've only been on the product for about a month. I started a similar story to the earlier stories. Weight gain after being on having a baby and just things not working. I've got underactive thyroid, things similar to yourself and stuff. And Tina, my mentor, kept seeing on her Facebook these products and kind of like, yeah, what's this, another product which, you know, all these things that you think about weight loss and habits. Then I kept seeing things which people who say that use products similar to myself with underactive thyroid or trying to lose pregnancy weight and all that. So So I used the product, I loved it for like a few weeks, lost a stone and a half in about 4 weeks altogether. So, and then I said to Tina, yeah, I want to do this, I want to promote this. I've actually got a full-time job, but I'm off sick at the moment, so
Not done yet.
so yeah, I am opposite because I was really ill in February and had pneumonia. So this is also why I had this time. I had a bit of a rethink about, you know, what am I doing with my life. I kind of stared deathly with face in the way. It was kind of like that really bad. I was in the hospital for a week. I've got a 6-year-old and I thought, I'm missing his life. And, you know, I've got this chance. What can I do? So I've joined the business. It is very early days and it's only been about 2-3 weeks. It's all over my Facebook, everyone's thinking, what is she doing? But I'm enjoying it and I've met loads of new people, getting lots of support and it's just really positive, so hopefully I will do a little bit.
Good, what was your name? Kieran. Kieran, nice to meet you, thank you very much. Right, so thank you very much. So the first promoted position, there's no bonus attached to this one, but you do get an extra 4% commission. So always remember, the bonuses are amazing, but your commission is what ultimately is going to see you through into your future. So when you get to DD, you get an extra 4% commission, and you only really need to do about 5 or 6 orders yourself to hit DD, so I would just encourage you to hit the ground running. Now, I know she doesn't want to speak, but I just want to give Sophie Green a massive shout out. She's been in the business a couple of months, and she's a DD now. How many orders have you done this month? 20. Right, so she's working really hard, she's pregnant, but she's set herself a target to get more orders every month than she got last month, right? I think that's a great target to have. Right, it's not about changing the world overnight, but that is 20 people now this month who are going to be healthier than they were last month. So I just wanted to give her a shout out because I know she doesn't want to speak, but I'm really, really proud of you. I think you're doing brilliantly. Have you got anybody who's a DD that wouldn't mind giving us just a 60-second testimonial on their experience? You don't have to, but it would be very nice if you did. No? No one? Okay, that's cool. Right. Right, first promoted position where you get a bonus is STD. It's not what it sounds like. I wouldn't encourage that, right? It's Senior Direct Distributor. You get a bonus of £300 split across 2 months. For me, this is the most important position that you get to, really, because that's when you start earning money and it starts being real. I remember getting to STD and it was Easter in 2013, and even at 36, I wanted my mum's approval. You do, don't you? And that's what I was like, I found this thing. I was literally like euphoric. I'd gone home for Easter, and I was like, Mum, I found this thing. It's incredible. And she was like, it's a scam. I can't believe you even thinking about it. I was like, no, I honestly think it's really good. You know, I think it's going to be like amazing. She was like, no, Emma, it's like, it's definitely not. I know people who've done stuff like that before, and they've ended up with garage fulls of stuff, and I was like, I don't have to buy any stock though. Anyway, to cut a long story, I was like, I'm doing it anyway. You don't have to, let's just not talk about it, which we didn't for a while. She's not very sceptical anymore, funnily enough. But when I was there, I got promoted to STD and I got paid about 500 quid that month, and I literally was just like, I've actually earned some like real money, and that's quite important for somebody, I think, to see. Like, I'm making a joke about it now, but it was good for me to be able to show her that there was money in my bank, gone into my bank, not come out of it, do you know what I mean? So I think that position there, if you can get somebody to Senior Direct Distributor, that's all you really need to teach somebody else to do. How to get to STD and how to reconfirm your business. Have we got anybody who's an STD who would give us this quick testimonial? Oh, quick, all get up. Because we're going to run out of people towards the end. So, literally 60 seconds. I'm timing it and then I'm going to go like that.
Okay, as you know, I'm Liam, I'm STD. I joined the business, like I said, back in September. I'm now STD. But being STD has given me the opportunity to, today, I just bought myself a new car. Which is, I didn't get to make it on time, I was in the garage for ages. Signing for bought myself a new car. I've just booked some holiday with my own private villa with me and my husband. Just as two, own pool, own villa in Spain. I also go to Cornwall on Saturday for 10 days. But that's all possible because of Juice Plus. So that, yes, I have a full-time job that pays well, but that extra money, like we call it beach money, is exactly what it is. And I encourage anybody to just take the opportunity. I've paid £50 and I'm...
Okay, that's brilliant. Oh, bloody hell, I'm impressed. Right, next. Cool, shoot.
Alright, yeah, I'm Helen, I'm STD, I've been in the business for a year. This opportunity has meant that I've got a 2-year-old. and I was due to go back to work when he was 12 months old, like most of us do. But this business opportunity, for the sake of 50 quid, has meant that I only work 19 hours a week for somebody else. I now make up the rest of my money by doing Juice Plus. So I'm still earning the same wage, but I can do half of it on my terms.
Oh, brilliant. Well done, that's it. Thank you.
My name's Laura. I joined the company about 9 weeks ago. I think Becky is my upline. Basically, I am a carer for my sister who's got Down syndrome, and for her best friend as well who's also got Down syndrome. My sister doesn't like leaving the house. Everything has to go to her. She doesn't like a lot of change or a lot of strange things. She's 32 now, so she's older than me. I basically become very depressed, very anxious, had panic attacks about leaving the house. This is the first time I've actually been anywhere far away from my home on my own with just somebody else. So I know, I've never got anywhere about my husband. But yeah, Juice Plus has literally changed my life in such a short space of time. I started it because I wanted to lose weight like everybody else. And then I ended up doing it as a job, and it was amazing. It has changed so much, and it's made my life so much better. I've now been able to encourage Amy to leave the house with my sister as well, and we do so much more together. So yeah, highly.
Love it. Well done.
Hi everyone, my name's Becky and I'm a mum of two. I joined the company about 6 months ago. I was due to go back to work after maternity leave. I was already on the products, I was on the products to lose weight, and I managed to lose 2.5 stones, so I was really chuffed. And like you, I just wanted to up my part-time income on that, a part-time accounts assistant. And yeah, I hit SDD not long, it was just before you, I think we kind of hit SDD together, didn't we? And the best thing about this business for me is reconnecting with old friends. Me and Laura used to hang out when we were teenagers, get up to mischief. We lost touch. We had each other on Facebook, but we didn't really see each other, did we? Until April, when you signed up. And now we go everywhere together, go travelling. And it's just nice for me, like, you know, I can afford, on my accounts wage, I could, like, you know, afford to pay bills, but it's just nice to have that spending money for that Michael Kors bag or whatever, not having to ask you the last. So yeah, best opportunity ever.
Brilliant, thanks guys, we appreciate it. Brilliant. I listen to those stories, it makes me want to sign up all over again, and I just think that's what it's about. It's about you will impact, right? If you get involved in the business or you share the product with people, you'll impact people's lives that you'll probably never even meet. Because ultimately, you sharing it with somebody means they share it with somebody else, means that one of them joins the business further down the line. Then you'll never know that your story had that impact, but that's essentially what we do. We help people to have a better life. Okay, the position after that is sales coordinator. When you get the sales coordinator, the bonus is £900. Have we got any sales coordinators in the room? Danny's like, me! Come on.
Yeah.
Just tell us your business story, babe.
Yeah, so I joined the business a year ago. I made 2 promotions in my first month, and then it kind of came a little bit slow, and that was because I didn't take the plunge to get any team members. And then when I did, I finally started to go after the promotions. The team are getting promoted constantly. So I made SC last month and got a lovely bonus. I came out with, because that bonus is split, I came out with £986, and that's more than I ever got working full-time as assistant manager in Early Learning Centre. So yeah, that's my business story.
So you earned £1,000 in
I
a
earn
month?
£1,000 in a month, essentially, yeah. I have a lot of CHS orders, so,
Right.
but yeah, so £1,000 in 1 month.
That's good, well done, thank you. So the position after that is senior sales coordinator. When you get to senior sales coordinator, you also start earning expenses. So the company give you up to £400 a month expenses for things like events or travel or Michael Kors handbags if you want to, because you don't have to submit receipts for it. It's like they just give it to you as part of the idea is that you invest it back in your business because it's a senior position. But you also get a bonus of £1,800 when you hit that position as well. Have we got anybody in the room as an SSC who would share their story for us? No? Have we got anybody above SSCs who keep looking like a fool asking the questions? No? Cool. I love that, right? That always excites me. Because I'm like, oh my God, like that means that the opportunity here is even bigger than anywhere, right? Because that's pretty much me. I got to, so even in Manchester, right? where there's a lot of presidential marketing directors, there's a lot of people in the position that I'm in. We still recruit new people every single day. I met a girl in Selfridges who's never heard of Juice Plus yesterday. We think, because we know about it, we think everybody knows about it. 1% of the population of the world even know that we exist. Like, the opportunity is huge. Some people said to me, like, what happens when you run out of people? What? Like, there's people turning 18 every single day. There's more people being born every day than die every day. This product is from womb to tomb. Everybody needs better health. Everybody needs to eat better. Everybody needs better nutrition. And everybody can take the product. We don't have any bias about who can take it and who can't. Right? Men can take it, women can take it, babies can take it, adults can take it, old people can take it, everybody. That's your audience. It's absolutely brilliant. So I'll rattle through these and if we haven't got anybody else. So the next position is Q&MD. The bonus when you get there is 3,600. This is the deal or no deal bit. National Marketing Director, still pinnacle position in the business. When you get there, you get a bonus of £7,200. Girl in our team, Hayley Phillips, has just reconfirmed she's 39 weeks pregnant. You can go and have a look at her Facebook today. She's just been confirmed as a National Marketing Director. She's going to get that bonus next month on the 10th of July, just after she's had a baby. She'll probably earn about 11 grand this month while she's pregnant. So she's going to take about a month off and just enjoy being at home with her baby because she can. I think that is awesome. I really genuinely think that is an incredible thing to be able to offer people. Position after that is International Marketing Director, which I think is a sexist job title. It's 14,400. I'm going to write the rest up here. Then EMD, Executive Marketing Director, is 21,800. And then the final position is Presidential Marketing Director, and the bonus is 28,800. It gets a little bit like, what? But that's real money, and I know it's real because I've earned them all. And I know loads of other people who have too, right? And it doesn't matter. I want to finish on this, right? Because I really appreciate the fact that you've like stuck with listening to me all this time. But I hope it's been beneficial. I genuinely hope that you've learned. I've never been to Leicester before. I've never done an event here. I do really want to come back and do more, though. I think we've got such an amount of potential just in this room. Imagine if you all brought 3 people or even 1 person to the next one. And then all of those people brought 1 more person to the next event. Before you know it, you'll have 500 or 600 people in this room. And that's all I did when I was building my business the first year. I put on an event, the very, very first event I put on had 15 people at it, up in Newcastle. I went back to people that I used to go to school with, people that I used to go to like running with, people I used to swim with. And I was like, hi, I'm coming up, I live in Manchester, I was like, I'm coming up for the weekend, I would love to see you. And people just came along. I invited 150 people to that event and 15 people came. And one of them was the girl there that said about old friends. One of them was a girl called Joanna Eldridge. She's got 2 sets of twins. She was an old friend, hadn't seen her for 20 years. She came along just to say hiya. She joined the business. She's now Presidential Marketing Director and she's a stay-at-home mum and she's earning over 10 grand a month. That's the opportunity. I don't matter. What about all those people, those other 150 who didn't come? That's fine. You guys came. You guys made a decision to come. What you do from this point forward, that's up to you. Right? This is your choice, it's your decision, it's your life. No one's ever going to say, force you to do anything. All I want to do is impress upon you, this is a huge opportunity. It's real, people are doing it, people will be sceptical, but less so now. I think than even when I joined 3 years ago. This is the way the world is moving. And you can either jump on and get involved, or if it's not right for you, that's absolutely fine. It might be 6 months from now, or 12 months from now, or never, but it will be right for somebody that you know. So you just have to make a decision about what you want to do, what's right for you and your family and the people that you know. I just don't ever want to be one of those people that looks at my kids and goes, you could have had it all, could have had everything, but I couldn't have done it. I was just never going to allow that to happen. Once I knew that this was even possible, I just made sure that I got on with it and did it, and I want you to do the same if you choose to. Thank you very much for coming along. Go back to the person who invited you along today and get more information if you want it. You can come, anything you need to know about the business, literally I've got a YouTube channel with everything on. And well done for putting the event on, Danny. It's not easy to get everybody together, I know. And if you do want us to come back and do another one, let me know and we'll put another one on. We'll try and do it maybe monthly. Yeah? Okay, thank you.